Hey folks, good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. Happy Catty Crypto here, and let's just dive straight into it. So I think this one's fallen quite in a good place. Some may beg to differ, but I feel like this has come at a good time. And the one thing you need to really look at with this is no other node would do this. We know this for certain, and no one's... If somebody else had this amount of voting power, I assure you they would not be trying to shake the voting power. So what we've seen is Allnodes were always a 0% commission rate. This is what led to them getting so much commission. They've been there since Columbus 1. If you don't know what that means, it means that Columbus 1 was 4 blockchains ago. We're on Columbus 5, likely going to move to something new in the short future. So this in itself, right, no one else would make these kind of attempts to shake that voting power because there's a big confusion right now, and we're going to get onto this shortly. And this is why I don't believe lowering the maximum commission rate, it's not going to change anything from where I'm sitting, and it's not going to make the situation any better. Just because we dropped it to 10% doesn't mean that it's going to drop Allnodes' voting power to 10%. It's just going to not allow anybody to stake with them anymore. Eventually, for whatever reason, if it gets down to 10%, obviously they wouldn't be able to get back above 10%, but it doesn't solve that issue, right? So the biggest thing that has been going on recently, we've spoken about this in the podcast with Tobias, and you know, it's people simply stating this whole drama around compromised keys. There's no compromise of keys. They've come out with a custodial system, a non-custodial system, and they've addressed the situation for what it is. Allnodes is a huge part of our community, and they've been here way before us, and to try and put them in the same category as conspiracy theory stuff is just a bit confusing. Allnodes don't control the nodes that rent infrastructure under them. It's that simple. What do they have to gain? It's literally conspiracy level stuff at that point. So what you're seeing is them increase to 10%. This is hopefully going to start to shake that 20%. Well, it's around 18% now, and hopefully start shaking it down less and less and less. You just don't see these things anywhere else. They're making huge movements to try and shake this voting power off. They understand that having that much voting power is not good for anybody to have that much, whether it be Allnodes or, you know, someone that runs a node that's related to Do Kwon. What makes me laugh the most was the compromisation of keys, them trying to step on this when there's so many nodes in the Lunar Classic community that have just been purchased from random people. And we've touched on all of this previously. So what I don't think is going to solve the issue is by slapping a 10% maximum commission rate. It's going to stop it in the future, but I just don't think anybody's ever going to get to that level ever again. But what I do believe in is this 5% commission fee. And we've spoken about this in the podcast. Tobias strongly supports it by the sounds of things. I also strongly support moving that minimum commission rate up to 5% minimum. The reason why I support this is we need high quality validators, and we're not going to get high quality validators by people who can just get a bunch of VP by simply going to a 0% commission rate. It provides a situation where smaller nodes can't flourish, they can't move up the chain. It's a rich man's game. It's all becomes a war of attrition. Getting this set into place forces us to then have validators that are going to get VP based on what they're doing, what they're producing, what they've produced, because we're in a situation right now where we're 9 months down the line, and what have we had realistically produced, not including anything that we've done? Well, a casino and some things turned back on that were turned back off. Other than that, we've not got a run index. We've not got this on-off ramp that many people have spent. All these different ideas you've heard about just haven't come to fruition. And, you know, we need builders. It's really nice to have people talking all the time. But if we're all talking all the time and no one's building, we're just not going to get anywhere. And currently, there's no incentive for a validator to do anything. They can just simply be part of the blockchain, put a 0% commission rate on, and away they go. It really is as simple as that. There's no incentive. And to, like, a lot of people, they'll sit and say, well, you know, we need these kind of nodes so there's people who can get the full amount. But it becomes a tactic. We're seeing it, and I strongly support this. It's my own opinion. It's just my 2 cents. And this is going to go up in 2 proposals, which is really good, because another thing we find issues with is a proposal goes up and it has 10 things in it, and we're expected to vote on those 10 things. Yes, no, nobody veto or abstain, and it becomes a bit ridiculous. So looking forward to seeing these both going up. Allnodes now going to a 10% commission rate, starting to address that issue, and hopefully with everything that happened, the way the L1 team handled it, you know, it shows that we are in good hands. And this whole, when someone gets upset because they're more or less the odd one out because they're pulling in the wrong direction, right? You'll always see the same thing. And we've seen it time and time and time again with people leaving Terra Rebels. What do? Then turn around, FUD, attack, obliterate, destroy, and just be a nuisance wherever they can be, cause trouble, troll people. And you'd have to be blind not to see it at this point for what it is. And there's so many people who claim to be doing all of these things and they're doing so much, but it becomes a point now where we're 9 months in, you haven't done anything, it's just talk, and now these things are really starting to show. And it's going to stand up to the test of time, because everything comes out in the wash. When you're not producing stuff, people are just going to be like, well, what are you doing? Are you doing these things? Aren't you doing these things? It's 9 months later. What's going on? So here at HCC, we pride ourselves in keep moving forward. We've got the hatchery. We've got Penguin Island, which is a huge it's a monumental project. I think what we're bringing to the table, it's huge, and you just don't see these things. I don't know anybody else that's a content creator, a project creator, does all these different things, burn coins, support other projects, ensure that, you know, these projects are making LUNC the center and focal point of everything, because these microtransactions are what are going to lead us to better things. So everything's looking really good. You're seeing loads of different people starting to talk about Duncan's proposal. You're seeing people talking about this in positive ways, instead of people saying, you know, this is bad, we shouldn't go through this. People are talking, saying, you know, well, maybe we could do a bit of a higher maximum commission rate and all of these different things. It's good to see people compromise, because if we keep going no and then running in opposite directions, right, we're all invested in LUNC, so it's like a bungee cord that's attached to us. It's going to drag us all back, hopefully. And my biggest worry with this proposal is not so much the second one, but definitely with, well, whichever one comes first or second. My biggest issue is you're going to see a lot of validators shoot down this minimum commission fee. A lot of them are going to be 0% commission rate nodes. A lot of them are going to be maybe not 0% commission rate, but I feel this is going to get shot down on the basis of who wrote it, who's behind it, and the people that this will affect, and actually enforce them to start producing things for the community, solving problems, providing solutions, and then moving forward onto your next task. And it's what we need. And LUNC is not going to magically just shoot to the moon. We need to do things in these periods of time when we're supposed to be building to prosper in these bull runs, to prosper when BTC really starts making moves forward. The GameFi sector's absolutely killing it in Lunar Classic. 3 games, all 3 looking really good. We're past this, you know, point of where we need to worry. Are they a scam project? Aren't they a scam project? They've put the work in, they've put the time in, they're here, they're working with other people. It's really good. I'm going to be having a podcast episode with Saint from Exodus. Also going to be having Duncan on the channel for another podcast episode to go through everything with him. But we've got a lot going on, so we're going to be pretty busy. Keep an eye out for the content, guys. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope you like the new intro. And I hope you like the new outro. Guys, none of this is financial advice. Beware of scammers, beware of doppelgangers, beware of anybody pretending to be me. You can catch us in our Telegram group. I know I'm not as active as I should be on Twitter, but we're just doing so much stuff. You can always catch me in my Telegram group. I'm always available. I can always be found there if you need to ask me questions. Guys, have a great day. Catch you in the next one.
By listeners like you. By listeners like you. How is anything possible? By listeners like you.